So right now we're going to transition to, again, as we're taping this is the hot topic of the day. Skillet and I consulted with each other on whether we even want to talk about this, because this goes in line with the shit that we're just tired of talking about, because in our opinion, no one is saying the right things. And sure as hell, no one's doing the right things. Another black person, this time a woman, was found dead in police custody. Videos of dash cams have been going around, and Sandra
Bland, I believe her name is Bland.
Sandra Bland.
Yeah.
Was on her way to Texas for a job, got pulled over by a police officer who
said it was some routine bullshit ass stop. Routine stop,
well,
traffic
if
signal.
If you watch the video, she's basically saying he pulled her over because she didn't signal. Yeah. Because she was changing lanes. Yeah. She changed lanes because he was tailgating her. Why was he tailgating her? Oh, we don't know that part yet, but whatever. She pulled over. He was anyway. As things do.
No, he told her to put her cigarette out in her own vehicle.
Right. Things escalated for no goddamn good reason. She was hemmed up, and 3 days later, according to police reports, she hung herself with a garbage bag that was in her cell.
I don't know what it was doing in her cell.
No, I've never heard of this shit before, garbage bags being in the police cells.
And she was about to, basically, it was a misdemeanor offense at worst. She was about to be released. She had apparently made a phone call to her family members, had requested her breakfast, all the rest of this stuff, and then conveniently wound up with a case of the deads. And personally, I didn't want to cover the show. I'll tell anyone I didn't want to cover the show. I mean, cover this on the show because I'm sick and tired of it. I mean, black lives are being, minority lives in general, are being relegated down into hashtags. You know, I was looking at some of the hashtags, obviously there's Ferguson, justice for Freddie Gray, justice for Eric Gardner, I can't breathe, when they put the chokehold on the cat in Staten Island, who did struggle, because we tell black folks, don't resist. But even if you don't resist, you're going to get it if they want you to have it.
Yeah, you basically, you're increasing your chance of survival by about 20% if you don't resist.
The guy that we put it on our Google Plus, what was his name? His name was Ricardo Diaz Zeffirino, whose brother had his bike stolen. Mm-hmm. So he called the cops. So somehow dispatch said whatever they said. So when the cops came, they told him to put his hands up. He put his hands up. He removed his baseball cap. And one officer shot him up while the other one gunned him down because they thought they had Gunhead Torres in their midst, and they just blasted him. Okay, absolutely ridiculous. No call for it. Then you have this situation, and she, there was a hashtag, if I should die in custody or if I die. Fuck a hashtag. There has to be consequences for these individuals' actions. And I'm just going to flat out say it, because to me, this is, I had a really interesting conversation the other day with a woman who's I consider her to be a professional protester. She's the kind of people that put the signs out and, do all of that stuff, peacefully and all the rest of this. They go in their little protest zones and they do what they do. And I said, that doesn't evoke change because there's no consequence. All you're doing is inconveniencing yourself. When there's consequences for these individuals' actions, then there'll be some resolution. When they themselves feel that they might take an L, they might not get a chance to go home to their children and their families because they're the ones shot up in the street, maybe they'll be more inclined to either obey the law or just leave us alone, period. I have no idea who's going to be the first person to step up because it's easier said than done to say that you're willing to put your life on the line, but lives are on the line.
Oh,
and if people aren't willing to do this, then, this hashtag, this whole Twitter, these people don't give a fuck about Twitter. They don't care about you hashtagging them to death. They don't care about none of that. None of it.
And again, we understand that, we're law-abiding citizens. We're not going to run up on an official and shoot him down. But let's be real. Some of you motherfuckers are running up on people and shooting them anyway. Shoot the right person.
Yeah, if you're going to be a gunman in the streets, do something.
Or if not, then this is what I propose. This is for every law-abiding citizen, right? Anytime a reporter comes to you or anywhere, or you're in a public forum and you're asked about these situations, simply say these officials have to be shot or killed or maimed or sledgehammered
Yeah,
or some
your
shit.
favorite sledgehammer
Yeah,
to
I
the
love
back.
sledgehammer to the back. That's amazing.
Sledgehammer to the lower part of the back. Yeah, something. Something.
So I'm like, and see, the thing is, like, if everyone, and I mean everyone, does this, this is not breaking the law. You just ask the question, and this is how you respond. If everyone responds to this, this will at least get these bastards scared. Number one, and hopefully, again, some crazy motherfucker will be like, yo, this is what I need to do. Because like Skiller said, like, I've been screaming for 3 years on this show.
Yeah.
You have to take these cats out. They don't care about you laying down in the street. They don't care about
Like, look at the Occupy Wall Street people.
Yeah, Occupy Wall Street.
All they did was lose weight and get funky. Because they couldn't bathe. They were stinking in the streets. That's all they did.
They don't care about any of that shit. They don't care.
Well, here's something that, it was a quote from Asada Shakur, and this is why I had an issue with Common. What Common said, that fuckery that he said. And this is exactly what I'm saying. Nobody in the world, nobody in history has ever gotten their freedom by appealing to the moral sense of the people who were oppressing them. So holding hands and saying kumbaya and please don't shoot me is not working. Okay? Unloading a clip into someone's chest cavity will stop them.
Again, if you just that high moral ground, fine, don't kill him. But shotguns to the knees work beautifully. Okay?
Shotguns to the knees. Whatever it is, it has to be
painful.
Yes,
so that
there has to, like I said, there has
it.
to be consequence. Now,
You
you follow some of the stories. Now we have to, you just said something. He just said something when we were off air that you don't like watching the news because of all of the terrible stuff that you see on there.
Yes, absolutely.
What do you think as a red? Now you don't have to be as radical as. Hopefully, we don't influence you. What do you think needs to be done?
Really and truthfully, I'm along the lines of being radical in this as well. Because for the simple fact of the matter is, I have a lot of friends that are cops also.
Yeah.
So, and I tell them all the time, I love you guys. You're my friends. I've known you for a long time. But half of the thing that happens and that's been happening, I cannot stand cops.
Yeah.
I've never liked cops ever since I was young. From the way they used to look at me, from the fact that they would just try to antagonize me over nonsense. Never liked it. So, me personally, a shotgun to the chest works. To the knees work well, but to the chest even better.
Even better.
Personally.
And
that's just my take on it.
And quite frankly, and I've said this before, what was it? A few months ago, 2 cops in Brooklyn got shot by some random dude, and the fucking police here were like, oh, it's de Blasio's fault and it's Obama's fault because they're. You know what? I had no remorse. It's unfortunate for those individuals.
I said it was totally unfortunate for them.
But this is my
what
whole,
they represented.
Right. But it's not just that. It's my whole point. I have never, and if you have, please send the video or the audio. I have never, to this day, heard any cop stand up and say, hey, what that cop did was wrong. He broke the law and he committed a crime and he should go to jail. You never, ever.
Actually, I beg to differ.
When?
Well, I sent you that thing. That cop. Well, he's not. Well, you know what? He
no,
wasn't. He's not an active cop. So he couldn't do it while he was on the force. Michael Wood Jr.
Right. No, cops that
Baltimore
are
cop.
on the force right fucking now.
Yeah, they can't do it.
You don't say shit. And all you people out there who are like, well, these are just isolated incidents and most cops are good, so then why aren't most of the cops saying that these things are wrong? If all of these cops are fucking good, why aren't they standing up and saying that these small minority of their brotherhood are doing wrong things?
Listen.
But you don't hear it.
You don't
so
hear
as
it, you're
far as
not
I'm
gonna hear it.
concerned,
You're complicit.
all fucking guilty.
You don't want to say
and
anything.
If
Yeah,
any
you're
of you get
complicit.
shot in the fucking face, too goddamn bad. Or actually, really fucking good.
If you listen to what former Baltimore cop Michael Wood said, he basically said that he couldn't even go to the white neighborhoods where he was stationed to get bus because the little dime bags and little things that they use to put us in the system won't even make it past the desk.
And it might get you fucking
It
demoted.
might get you demoted.
Because
So
it might be some lawyer or judge's son.
And so he's flat out would go to, the guy said he would go to the minority neighborhood, hassle the brothers, and he said, he stated, you get a kid for a dime bag, roust him a little bit, put assault an officer, whatever on him, you put him in the system. Now that person can't get a certain type of job because they've been busted for this bullshit that you could have went to the white neighborhood and got all those people for. Now this person, his options are limited. So if he wasn't going to start hustling, he might now because
now.
so
There's
now
absolutely no choice now.
you put him in a cycle. You put it, and this cop who is white came out and said flat out, it was us versus them, and they were targeted. So no remorse, man.
And he wasn't a rookie, he was a sergeant. And it wasn't just his jurisdiction, because he said other cops who transferred in from New Orleans, from Philly, from other cities, came in and was like, oh yeah, that's how we do shit, and fell right in line.
So black folks aren't all crazy and making up excuses and none of that other bullshit. And someone said something funny. It wasn't funny, but it was pretty cool. And we're gonna put it up on our Instagram. It was a sign which said, you kill our daddies, but then you tease us for having no father at home.
Mm-hmm.
You tease us for having no father at home, but you kill our fathers. You kill them. So it's like, what the hell is going on? So listen, it's going to take radical change in order for this, because it's not stopping. You see it in the economic sectors, how they're targeting minorities, getting them out. They're basically terraforming for themselves.
Of course.
So we went on much longer than I wanted to go on with the Sandra Bland thing.
That's what,
Bland thing, but that's the kind of rage that I get. And I find myself, and this is, why I think there has to be some kind of open dialogue coming up soon with somebody on this, because I find myself being rageful. Yeah, I find myself being rageful, in everyday situations, because all of this stuff is just pent up frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Just pent up frustration. So,
well, listen. Yeah. The man caused us to lie to you. We were only supposed to spend 2 minutes on this, and this is pretty much, we ran through the whole goddamn show. But you know what? This shit has to be said. We've been, again, screaming this. I'm going to scream it one more time. Take these motherfuckers out. If
not them, the lawyers, the people that allow these cops to get away with
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Congressmen, judges, lawyers, chiefs of police.
And if you don't have a gun, run them down on your fucking car.
Or again,
get it with a shopping cart.
Baseball bat works as well, too.
I'm like, come on, do
or again,
something.
At the very least, whenever anyone, your parents, your teacher, your coworker, anyone asks you about this type of shit, stand up and say, yo, these people have to be taken out.
Yes.
Stop praying to fucking Jesus, because he's not going to help us. Stop waiting for justice, because the justice are the ones that are fucking murdering us.
Like I said.
Stand up, unify, at least with your voice. If you're not going to do it with bats and guns and bullets, unify with your voice, stand up and say these people have to be taken out. Tell them Insanity Check fucking said it.
They have to be accountable for their action. Like I said, you ain't got a car, shopping cart, cantaloupe, some shit, use it.
Anyway, folks, we want to thank Marlon.
Yes.
The gatekeeper for being on our show. And even though his input was brief, it's to the point, because as you see, there's no other answer.
Yes.
So we will be back again, unless we're in jail and killed.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be back again next week with more good stuff for you. Hopefully we'll have some more guests. Hopefully some of our prettier co-hosts will be back to join us. But until then, I am Ken. This is Skillet Sauce.
And that's
This
Marlon.
is Sandy Check, Marlon, and we're out.
Take care.
We're trying to make it, baby.